Welcome to the Big Smoke Variety Show. I'm your host, Kevin Bennett, and you've tuned in to our summer silly season. Back in 1861, silly season was coined to describe the slow news stretch in the summer when oddball tales made the headlines. So here at the Big Smoke, we're brewing up a mini episode just for you, like a perfectly pulled cortado for your ears. Just enough to keep you smiling while the team here grabs some well-earned R&R. Now order yourself something iced and mildly pretentious, and let's step into the Comedy Café. Welcome back to the fourth installment of the Comedy Café with the Big Smoke Variety Show. This is where we help you make the most of your summer with our local... What's it going to be today? I can't think of a nice, funny term for comedians.
Bastards.
Our local
bastards. He can't do it. He's too Canadian.
He's
too Canadian.
It needs. I like there to be like
words.
alliteration, a little bit of a
Bad bastards.
bad bastard.
Bad
Bad
boys.
bitches. Now it's
Yeah.
time to
Bad
reclaim
boys.
bastards.
All right, AKA stand-up comedians. If you haven't already guessed it or been listening along all summer, we're near the end of the summer, almost getting ready to go back to school, back to work. We have Kate Sharp. Hello.
Hello.
Nice to see you again today. We've got Alex Farrow. Hello.
Hello.
And we've got Sir Mark Silcox. Not actually Sir, but I like to deign you with that. How are you doing today, Mark?
I'm very well, thank you.
Let's take our coffee orders. What are you having today, Mark?
I will have a mocha with cream.
Why is
on
that
top.
funny?
What?
Alex.
I don't know why that's so funny.
A mocha with cream instead of
on
milk.
top.
So like a really sweet
Like whipped
mocha.
cream?
Whipped cream.
Oh, whipped
Ooh,
cream,
I
sorry.
love whipped
When I think
cream.
of cream, I just think
North
of
American.
because I'm Canadian, yeah. Alex, what's your order today?
I will reverse that. I'll have cream
With a bit
with
of mocha?
with a bit of mocha.
Wow, so you guys are having almost the
Wow.
same, just made in reverse. Kate, what's your drink order today?
I'm going to copy Mark. I want a
my
mocha with
God.
whipped cream. I
Mochas
love,
all around,
I
please.
love whipped cream.
Okay, let's see. Let's see if they get it right, and see if we can tell which way they've been made. So this is our last one because we ought to. I got to go back to work. We all got to go back to our things. End of the vacation, near the end of the summer. Mark, I was wondering because you work as a teacher often.
I worked as a teacher in India, and because in India you get a government job and that's job for life. You become
Yeah.
a lecturer, then
Yeah.
you automatically get promotions, and it's a very secure profession. It's
Well-
very well respected as well.
And I think someone who's a teacher or someone who's a student, particularly, is thinking of this time of the year. We're at the end of August now. I always find, the thing I was thinking about recently is like the summer. I think a couple of weeks ago, Kate, you mentioned we're talking about, we spend so much money in the summer, all the iced coffees, all the overpriced Calippos, all the different things that we're, how do you deal with kind of the start of the autumn where we got to get back to normal, we got to get back to our schedules. I'm always worried now, I'm sort of out of money for the rest of the year kind of thing. How do you approach the start of this season, Mark?
There's lots of things people do when they start in their own profession, but
Yeah.
I've never been so sincere because I always learn to avoid hard work. I'm a middle child of 9 siblings, and
Oh my
when
God.
I was growing up,
Okay.
I had no status at home, so I just and my father had a small restaurant, so every member of the family has to work to do something for the business. So we were all like pushed to work hard, and I learned to avoid hard work. I used to hide in the house.
And you're in the middle, did you say?
Yeah,
Okay, so you're stuck in the
middle
middle
of
of
9
9.
siblings. Yeah, and we were a small town, so everybody knows everyone. So you're living in a fishbowl. You come out of the house, it's like goldfish. Everybody will tell them, my parents, where they have seen me on the day. So that habit stayed with me. Like, try to just avoid the hard work, do minimum to survive.
So what have you
That's
discovered?
good.
Have you found any tricks with that makes that easier?
I learned how to do the main thing. So first of all, you understand who's the power in the in any organization.
Okay.
So
Who's the
make sure
power
they're
here?
not. Make sure they're not.
Which one of us is the power?
Yeah.
Make sure they're not angry with you. You know.
Okay.
So try to avoid the limelight in front of them, and on who you can get along day to day. Find one person and just stay in those company and in good book. Rest of them doesn't matter really.
And try to disappear amongst the 9 kids, not be noticed in and amongst the 9 kids. How do you deal with, I don't know about India, but teacher salaries, they're famously not great, at least in North America.
I
they're
mean,
not great.
money is whatever you have. If you don't look after it, it's never enough. So if you learn to be happy what you have and learn to save a little bit, then you don't actually have to work hard. And if you're chasing the big dream, then it's painful.
It's hard.
Yeah, to get someone to do something you want to do,
Yeah.
you have to lie, you have to learn lots of technique, you have to give them lots of,
So what do you do other than, what are ways that you generate money other than teaching and doing comedy?
I've recently done the gold trading. It's really
you
working
have?
very well. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm so impressed.
And it's so easy, just to...
Is it actually?
Have you
It
guys
is,
done
yeah,
gold
on the
trading
stock
before?
market.
Well, the gold's at
Kate,
an all-time
Alex?
high. Gold has
No,
never
never.
been
I've never done
higher
it.
in
No,
terms of its price.
gold trading is not like you have to invest a lot of money and buy gold. You
Okay.
keep an eye on the price of the gold and buy a very small quantity. And then you set your take profit, £3, £4. When the £3-4 made, it will close your position. Then you wait another one, buy another one.
And it locks it
wait.
in at that point.
Yeah, and even if it goes negative, don't be scared because
Just
gold
wait.
price always comes up.
Is gold the best thing to kind of invest in? Because it's like I get there, you're
Anything
overwhelmed
to
by all this
invest is
stuff.
risky. Anything to invest
Yeah.
is risky, but anything prices is always increasing. Like
With
even
gold?
if you
Apart
with
from when
gold
it's-
or with anything.
Not with everything.
Even if you buy,
I'm going to have to call you out on this, Mark. It's
even
not true.
even if you buy an Apple share, like for example, anything in 10 year,
What
it will increase. Like
What about my shares in
should-
Woolworths?
Hmm?
My stocks and shares
No,
in
but
Woolworths.
that's the risk.
Let's go in. That's
But
not going
gold
up.
is always going to be a thing.
Yeah.
Like Woolworths
Are you
Of course,
playing
ceases
the long
to
game?
exist.
Yeah.
Is it a long game?
It's not
type
long
thing?
game.
I
it's
realise
just
I actually
you're
have
just
strong feelings on
You're just capitalizing
base
the
metal as a debt
movement, daily
asset.
movement.
Gotcha.
Okay,
Like,
so yeah,
if you
go
open
on.
a coffee shop, you will spend £10,000,
Yep.
and then you will spend your all day long in the coffee, and then doing lots of work, and you will
Hard.
make £100 every day. You will be lucky. But £10,000, if you do in gold and just to try to get 20, £30 every day without doing anything, you can easily earn 10, £20. And the whole idea is to
Yeah.
just not to be scared when
Not panic.
yeah.
Now you told me, Mark, that so this is a real milestone for you because you finally have financial freedom with this, right? And you mentioned specifically you doubled £500 in just 3 months.
3 months, yes.
But I'm wondering because you live in London, so you double £500, so you got £1,000. So how is that? How does that make you feel?
No,
Until,
but the
that's-
formula in place.
the formula.
The formula is in place.
Okay,
Now
you
I
figured
just
out
have
the
to
formula.
I just have to increase the scale.
And you're confident with that.
I'm confident with it. Yeah.
Okay, and are you going to drop everything? Do you think now, like? sort of-
I'm already not doing much anyway.
Okay.
I get a little bit of acting work, a little bit of comedy. I go to Edinburgh every year
Yeah.
and sold enough ticket to actually cover all my expenses. So,
Oh, that's good.
so it's a good position to be.
Yeah.
I want to start investing in gold. It only goes
I
up.
put all mine in an envelope.
It's not
Cash
investing.
for gold.
I'm not investing. You're
It's,
just watching the.
what you are capturing like every day's up and down.
So trading rather than
Trading.
investing.
Trading, yeah.
How much do I need to start trading gold?
I started with £500,
Okay.
and then
And you
you buy
doubled it.
very small amount, and
Yep.
then
Months.
you just
And it slowly goes up.
yeah.
Wow.
Have you given talks on this, or have you talked to people and kind of converted them to this kind of thing? And
I
is this
talked to a couple of people, and Luke McQueen, he is following my system, so
Okay.
he has made a little bit of money,
good?
and
This sounds like it's about to
but
become
he's
a
not
club.
he's not like he's a little bit scared.
Yeah.
I try to tell him, don't worry, I will give you all the money you will lose, but he's still.
Oh,
But he's
yeah.
getting around. He's getting around.
Listen, I think this is valuable. I mean, all of us well, maybe some of us have, I was going to say real jobs, but like we all live in a world of freelance performing and, gigging and all that kind of stuff. Do you, Kate, have any, like, how does it feel for you as we get to, because I feel like the end of the summer is kind of like the end of the year. We're starting the new semester, the new year. The autumn is coming. Do you start to get nervous at this time of year about finances? How do you get kind of organized for the start of the year?
I would say consistently, I don't have great finances. So there's no specific time where it's good or bad. I would like to start, like I've always been very intrigued by like trading and investing in stocks. Because
No, investing in stock and trading is risk. Daily trading is good.
Okay.
But investing for long term
It's
is risky. Because things changes very quickly.
Alex is doing a lot of deep breaths.
And
right
they
now
don't grow as
for
much.
the listeners.
As
He's got a
fast.
lot of opinions, but don't worry, I'm
Like
getting
if
over
you
there.
invest in Bitcoin and then government suddenly decided they don't want to support Bitcoin, then all your money is lost.
Really? Because also I do think that a lot of us don't get taught anything about trading or investing.
honestly.
And I
That's
think
true,
it is a world that a lot of people find terrifying and I think it should be taught to people. I think people, the fear, I think it is very much a world and language that a very specific set of people get access to.
I can get you started and I will
Okay.
support you.
I am
And then
so
maybe
keen
we
to
can-
join this gold
I'm
club.
on a-
Yeah.
Okay, we're
I'm
gonna.
in. I am
maybe
all
we got to
in.
do more of these. This was going to be our last.
All you have to
meeting
do
of
is
the
just
summer,
open an
but-
account,
Open account, £500.
£500,
Yep.
and that's it, and take it from there. And
Because I would
just
love
suggest you.
to work less. I don't want to work hard. I just want to sit at home watching Netflix
That's
with
fine.
the blinds drawn. I want the Mark life.
Yeah. Alex, what's your
As Alex
perspective
scribbles
on all
on
of
a
this?
notepad.
He's desperate. He's sort of
Taking
wriggling
notes
around
like I've
for the
never
listener.
seen.
He's got a lot of strong opinions about
Listeners,
this, I can feel. So go ahead.
Prepare for a completely humorless-free zone here. But
Counter debate.
a very strong. If you want to buy gold and you'd bought gold any time in the last 25 years, you probably would have done a good job. Particularly if you just held it.
Why?
When you say, Mark, that trading is less risky than investing, I have the reverse opinion, the opposite opinion. I
no,
share
I'm
the
getting
view. I know.
overwhelmed.
I know.
I'm just sort of blocked it all out because anything with money, I know nothing.
But
It's
we need
very
to learn.
stressful.
I know.
This is good.
I know.
When people have some savings that they don't need to touch
Yep.
for a while, people are either too British about talking about things about investment, which is why it is good to talk about things like gold. And you're like, oh, isn't that only for like rich people or whatever? Oh, stocks and shares. Don't you just have to be the monopoly man with a monocle and like, hey, I've got a.
This is my daily total return.
This
So,
this
listener,
looks
Mark
nice.
is showing his phone to
Everybody
Alex.
is-
We're about
got
to
his
see.
daily
Wow.
And
Share what it
so-
is you're seeing, so we're not.
What I can see is
Money.
daily total return.
If you put finger on every bar, it will show you the.
Okay, so
Return-
Mark is showing Alex on his phone.
So Mark is
Rich.
Look, daily total return. The 2nd of July, 2025, was £14.50.
Whoa.
Okay.
If you look at the
That's like
longest
4
one,
Calippos.
And then if I look at the longest one, we're having a 2 Calippo day.
At
We are.
least-
Whoa, we're talking a 6 Calippo day.
Whoa.
June
Oh
17th.
my God.
I'm seeing a lot of spikes on this graph. And I don't know a lot about graphs, but I think spikes are good.
You know
So-
what? I honestly, okay, in all seriousness about money and finances and things, I do, when you were talking about that we have to learn this
Yeah.
stuff, Kate, like, I think one of the biggest things for anyone out there listening who runs a drama school or any kind of performing arts school is to talk about this because,
Yeah.
I went to an acting school 3 years and it was great in so many ways, teaching us how to put on our own shows. I had to learn about all the other stuff behind the scenes, lighting and all that stuff. So it was not just about performing, but there was no, or at least I can't remember, there was no aspect of financial literacy or just anything about how to pay your taxes as a freelancer, all that kind of stuff. And so I've had this horrible mentality always where it kind of goes back to the other week, Alex, I think you were talking about from the philosophical point of view of kind of, is something real if you turn away from it? I can't remember exactly the phrase you used, but this sort of, and that's what I've done. The sort of don't ask, don't tell, turn away if I don't pay attention. Because I think I always had this fear, like if I acknowledge my actual financial situation, then I won't be able to do the things that I'm doing.
Oh, I
I'll
ignore.
have to suddenly go work in a bank or something
Yep.
like that. How have you been teaching your kids this? Because I know you have two
Oh, they don't want to
kids.
learn from me.
They don't learn
they're
from
too
you.
smart.
They're too smart to learn from you.
I'm about to be taught. I can't wait.
So Mark just sits in his house that gets we learned a couple weeks ago there's no sun on it, no sunshine on the house.
No, it's not direct sun.
No direct sun.
Yeah.
So just indirect sunlight.
That side. And then you open the window and then you get lots of cool breeze.
If you're familiar with the Mines of Moria in Tolkien, Mark sits on a pile of gold beneath an enormous mountain, hoarding over time. Like in the Book of Grudges of the ancient dwarves, he moves marks on a piece of paper.
Oh my gosh.
Collecting.
So,
Whereas other people could be investing in a globally diversified portfolio.
Investing risky was what we've learned.
Yeah. Only gold trading.
Only gold trading
is
moving
apparently
ahead.
the way to go. So this is our pals. This is our last.
It's like your daily exercise. If you do a little bit of exercise and eat clean food, you don't need to see the doctor. You won't be depressed. You will have lots of friends.
Yeah, perfect.
But if you all the time worried about why I'm feeling like this, and you're not doing your daily routine work, then you will feel insecure. Then you will look for expert help, and then you look for people who can guide you. You can be your own guide.
I feel like if you could just come follow me around, or once a week, if I could have like a life coaching session from you, Mark, that could be your
whatever decision you make for yourself is only you can make, and then you will feel good. But you have to have basic right. You have to do a little bit of exercise, try to save money wherever you can, and
invest in gold.
Yeah.
Maybe a few less of these really overpriced iced black Americanos. So it's the end of summer, which is always kind of sad. It's the end of a year. It's the change of the seasons. You're going to start to get more cool, Kate, hopefully.
I hope so.
You talked about the sweaty situation a couple weeks ago. Any last words in terms of anything, first of all, that you're doing, let's start with you, Kate, to sort of make the most of these last couple of days of summer? And how are you approaching the beginning of autumn?
Denial. I mean, I'm getting ready to go to Fringe as well, which is very exciting. Really just enjoying these last few days or weeks or however long we have, because I feel like in London or the UK, we just get so desperate for sunshine and it just goes very quickly. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Before I ask you guys about, what you're doing and coming up in the autumn, Mark, last words, advice for moving into the autumn. How do you end the summer? What do you think?
Yeah, save lots of money.
And what should we do with the money, Mark?
Don't set him up. Don't set him up for that. Save lots of money, relax, try not to work too hard.
And find the values in things you have instead of just keep looking for new things.
That's
nice.
Good.
He's the philosopher and the scientist. I'm nothing.
I'm
nothing.
Now, depending on where these come
Just
out.
gay. That's what I'm bringing to
A
this.
scientist, a philosopher, and...
No, gay.
You guys, it's been so nice hanging out with you all summer. Thanks for coming down once a week, even when you were up in Edinburgh all that time in the summer.
Of course,
That was
trains are
great.
cheap.
You got to make it down for the big smoke. And in the autumn, do you have any regular things coming up? Does Stand-Up Philosophy start up again in London?
Stand-up philosophy at the
And
Bill
that's-
Murray on Sundays.
At the Bill Murray on Sundays. A really lovely thing to do. Do you have any regular things coming up in the autumn, Mark?
No, not really.
Okay, Kate. What about you?
It's very difficult to organize. And then
So hard.
I know.
and then-
Honestly, don't put yourself
then
through that. It's a
people
lot.
don't come, then you feel disappointed.
Maybe you could do the philosophy night.
Yeah, I always.
But it might drive Alex a little crazy. I don't know.
I love doing it.
He's twisting and
We could
contorting
have
over
an
there.
argument about gold, Mark.
Kate, what about you in the autumn? Once you get
Hopefully just lots of episodes of my podcast, Gay Advisory Board, which
Check
you can
out the Gay
find
Advisory
on
Board.
Spotify,
and you can
music.
submit problems and questions and things.
Please, I would
Where do they
love,
write? How do they do
You
that?
can find us on Instagram. It's called Gay Advisory Board, and there's a Google form, and you just please send us all of your issues.
Send us your thoughts and issues. Do you have to be gay?
No, you can be anyone. We
Anyone
love
can-
to answer anyone's questions. I can't
Fantastic.
promise it will be super helpful, but it'll give us a reason to talk about ourselves.
Honestly, that sounds fantastic. Well, it was lovely hanging out with you guys. Thank you so much for joining us on the Big Smoke at the Comedy Café.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you, man.
When the bells ring out across the Big Smoke. Wait, that means school's out for the summer. It's time for our silly season edition of Parish Notices. And who better to kick things off than our official summer correspondent and my niece, Morgan.
Hey there, Big Smoke listeners. I'm your Summer Correspondent Morgan, reporting from the land of bike rides and brain freezes with my top tips for squeezing every drop of fun out of these sunny months. Well, friends, this is my final tip for these lazy, hazy, crazy days of summer. Turn your boring sidewalk into a masterpiece. Grab some chalk and get drawing. Rainbows, hopscotch, giant funny faces, whatever makes you giggle. The best bit? It's an open invitation for neighbors to stop and watch, say hi, or even join in. Sidewalk chalk makes people smile and talk to each other. Trust me, it works. So go on, decorate the pavement, brighten someone's day. Happy drawing!
Summer is a great time to let your mind wander and do something creative, without necessarily leaving your street. Why not throw yourself into something new? But we don't always know where to start. We maybe don't have the resources, or inspiration hasn't struck us yet. That's the thing with creativity. You don't need a studio, expensive equipment, or even a plan. Sometimes you just need to let the inspiration find you. It can happen anywhere, anytime. Maybe even when you're out for a pint.
Come and make eyes at me down at the Oval and Bush.
The New York Times details Lydia Wood's quest to draw every pub in London. This unconventional mission began as a way to stay creative in the pandemic, and it has now blossomed into a love letter to the city's social soul. Each of her drawings are more than just a pub's bricks and signage. It's an act of connection. Pubs are more than just pints. They are spaces for solace, storytelling, celebration, and chance encounters. Lydia's drawings evoke this. Each street corner an emotional landmark. Spending at least a day on each drawing, Lydia's artwork reflects every aspect of every pub, no matter how dingy and forgotten or well-maintained and beautiful they may be. Quote, I felt like kind of bringing them all on an even playing field, Lydia said, noting that even a flat-roofed pub on the city's fringe might be the most important place in the world to someone. Creating art is creating connections. So as well as the intimate connection with the pub's exterior, Lydia's quest has formed bonds with the pub patrons themselves. It's hard not to when she's standing outside drawing it for an entire day. Indeed, her quirky quest has become one of local legend. Her original sketches are snapped up online, and she has a list of requests from people desperate for her to transform their local into the next sketched masterpiece. There's been so much demand, she's turned this quest into a full-time job. That's creativity with connection in the process. Whether it's the polished brass of a centuries-old city tavern or the faded charm of a suburban local, every pub holds stories steeped in community spirit. All Lydia has done is find a way to sketch it out. Each sketch invites observation, attention, and empathy. Art that becomes a map of memory and meaning. Exploration isn't always about moving further or faster, but about seeing more deeply and connecting more fully with the world around us. What story will you sketch out? Well, that was our last silly season episode, everybody. And just a reminder, this podcast is for entertainment purposes only. We are not financial advisors. We'll see you in September back in the Big Smoke. But for now, one more dip in the lake. Yahoo!